Alright, today is April 14th, and it's been already close to 5 weeks for all these guys right here, right here, right here, and right here, as well as this little guy. And this was basically the bottom part of the DCXL fly trap, and it's putting out 2 little growth points. This was the middle part, and these guys 1 week ago were hardly visible, but right now you can visibly see some like 2 growth points, and it looks like they haven't really put out traps yet, but give it another 2 weeks or so and I expect them to have traps pretty close to the size of the originals. This guy's really not doing much, and this guy last week I fed to the traps dried bloodworms, so give it a couple more weeks and it should start getting a little bit bigger. But this guy right here looks like it's making longer and longer traps. Usually when they're dormant they make these really short and stubby traps that get really fat, but once it gets to summertime, once they get out of the dormancy, the traps get thinner and longer. As you can see, each trap is doing that. But another interesting development I got right here is it's got a flower stalk coming out. That right there in the middle, it's gonna turn into a flower, and since I already got so many traps, I'm just gonna let this one flower and see if I can put some cakey paste or something on it and force it to do some false vivampiry or make traps on the flower stalk, just to see how that looks. I've never had it happen yet. And here's some of my traps. These are the 2 that were planted 2 weeks ago, and these are going really fast. Maybe because I never messed with them. But yeah, it looks like they already have new traps coming in, and this one's already opened up one of these new traps. Working on a second one so far. And moving on to SD Kronos. Once I planned these guys were not so used to lower 80s and full sun, so got a little bit of burn, but it doesn't look like it's too bad because after a week it looks like they'll stabilizing off. So if it's blacked off like that, I can just simply cut off the dead part and let more sun get to the rest of the plant. Haven't seen any new growth points or any strikes yet, but give it another 2 weeks or so, we should start seeing that. Here's the leaf pulling. I'm just gonna take it out real quick, see what's going on. Nope, don't see anything just yet, but looks like it's still doing solid. It's not wilting away, so let's plant it back in there, and I'm gonna give it another 2 weeks and I expect to see something come out. And here's the bottom part. A couple of these traps really started blacking out just like the other one. So if they're blacked out like that, I can just cut them out of the way. But as far as the stuff that's still there, looks like it's nice and red, and it's feeling nice and firm, because in the first few days these guys actually got really soft because they were getting dehydrated, but now that they're actually coming back, looks like they get nice and strong. And here's the top part, and this is looks like it's overly big. These traps are about 1 1/3 inches or so in size. Around there. It's definitely over 1 inch for both of these traps. Yeah, pretty massive. But Looks like this trap is overly big, bigger than all the rest, so I'm just gonna take this out again and show. And it looks like in the middle, it's a little bit tough to tell, but there's also another flower trap. Flower stalk, I mean. And since these roots aren't really locking in anyways, I think I'm going to do another experiment and see if I can take out another set of plants and plant them and see how they do. Here we go. I'm going to divide this guy one more time. Probably just with 2 traps this time. We don't really have that much material left. Alright. Oh, I took off 2 leaf foliings, which is alright. Gonna have all kinds of traps. I'll plant this one right back in here. Still got the roots. And just because this guy did so well, I'm just gonna see how these 2 guys do. I put this one right in the middle. Usually leaf folding is a really long process, but I got some pretty big traps here, so I'm not sure if I really want to let this guy flower, just see how it goes, but once it comes out, I might have to pull it off because it doesn't have a whole lot of energy right now. But yeah, I'm hoping in another 2 months I'll have good 15-20 traps here.